might have took on a little bit of water. I think it's inside. Oh, it's in the carpet. Preparing for takeoff, that's what this is. Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new to the channel, I am SendIt Steve, and today we are actually testing some of the limits of this stock Subaru Outback. That's right, the stock Subaru Outback. The tires aren't the greatest. Ground clearance is obviously not very good or anything, but I do want to put this thing to the test. I do want to see what this thing is capable of before we do any modifications. So I got a couple little tests that we're going to go ahead and display. I also am going to use the Avalanche, which I've already shot some of the footage with the Avalanche first, because obviously the Avalanche we know can do most of the stuff. So I shot some of the footage with the Avalanche a while so that we can do kind of a comparison. And again, I'm not trying to say there's a comparison between either one of the two. Well, actually, I don't even know yet. What if the Subaru like blows it out of the water? We don't really know, but I've got this obviously all-wheel drive Subaru Outback, and I'm ready to play. So one of the first obstacles is going to be the one straight ahead of it. It's just a little bit of a hill that it should be able to climb up and out. I'm not going to do that with the Avalanche because we know the Avalanche will do it. So let's just set up a GoPro and try our first obstacle, and then we'll come back and do the second obstacle, which I think is going to be a little bit harder for the Subaru because the front bumper sticks out a little far. But with some speed, I think we got it. So let me set up a GoPro here, and we're going to climb this hill. It doesn't look tall, but it's definitely tall. Like, it's over my head, and you can kind of tell by the angle of the ramp truck there that it's pretty well up there. From there to there, it's probably only like a 4 foot like distance. Does that make sense? From here, from right here to the top, like right here, it's probably only like a 3 or 4 foot distance, but it's also 5 feet high, 6 feet high. It's kind of hard to judge, but it's definitely about eye height with me. So it's probably about 5'5" ish. Well, I'm actually taller than 5'5". I guess that would be my eye level, 5'5". But let's get it. Let's stop BSing and let's just try to get up this hill. Now it is obviously raining. You can see right there, like half of the hill is definitely over the hood of this thing. But it's definitely raining, so I'm going to try to go slow. But if I need to get a little speed, we'll get a little speed with it. And again, these tires are not the greatest. All-wheel drive. Let's crawl up. Come on, baby. This time, and now the tires are packed full of mud. We need speed, so let's just send it. That should go to show how deep this hill really is. The back bumper hits. More speed, we got this. Be defeated on our very first obstacle. I hope with the actual car up there you can actually see just how steep this hill really is. I mean, obviously that's like a straight on incline, but I mean, with a couple bumps, it did make it up. It definitely struggled a little bit harder than I thought it was going to. Thought it was going to be a breeze, but let's just move on to our next obstacle and forget that all of this ever happened. As I was getting into this, I realized it actually is that much of an incline that it pretty much ripped the back bumper off. So like I was saying, guys, it might not look like much in the video here, but this hill is definitely a lot steeper than you think. My kids usually jump it with their four-wheeler, so let's try to get the bumper back into place here and keep plugging and chugging and get on to the next obstacle. Good to go. Next obstacle. This is pretty steep, guys. Like, just so you know, like this is steep. Like, definitely pretty steep. Pretty sure we're dragging something already, but that's okay. Subaru is an absolute beast. I'll now play the footage of the Avalanche climbing up this thing, and I gotta admit, the Avalanche actually struggled with it. All right, well, as you can tell, like, the bumper of the Avalanche will clear this here, but it obviously climbs with these because it has enough ground clearance. But the Subaru, I think that's gonna be the one that may or may not do it. Back up a little. Now go. Got a little stuck there. Back up. Right there. She's new to all this. Oh. Roll the window down. What? You got to keep the speed going. Well, I don't see any fluids leaking either, but we've made it thus far in the video, and we no longer have a good fog light on this end, but it's all part of the testing of the all-wheel drive unit in this Subaru, which so far with some junk tires, I call it a win. All right, let's move on. We've got to my buddy's private property here, and there's a couple like big logs laying down and things. Normally there's a little bit of a trail that goes like down through this way, wraps down and around and goes down through. Oh, you can't even see, but down this way, wraps around and then goes out. We're just gonna send it. We're gonna try what we can. We've got the Subaru out here, obviously. Let's just see what it does. Worst case, we call him and he comes out of the house and brings his truck to come get us. So good. I kind of like this thing. Probably one of them things because I don't care about the price. It's so cheap. If it breaks, it breaks. All right, let's keep going. Little thing is a monster. Oh my god, everyone should get an 03 to 06 Subaru Outback. I don't know what the years are, but this thing's an 03, and I've heard 05 I think is the changeover, but 06 is supposed to be pretty good too. But I call it a win. Now let's get this thing back home. For donuts, but we tried. This thing's actually not too shabby now. It's been about a half hour the thing's been driving down the highway. Now that we're getting off the road here towards my house, I gotta admit, the Subaru, I call it a big win. Didn't overheat, didn't get crazy, it stayed where it needs to be, so I kind of like this thing. Maybe we'll keep it around for a little bit. Lift it up, big wheels, big tires, and have some fun. Now, I know originally I said that I was gonna let the kids learn how to drive manual, but my kids are absolutely disgusted by this thing, and I kind of get why. It's kind of ugly, and it definitely smells like cigarettes in here. But all in all, for me, I call it a win. Preparing the turf. Preparing for takeoff, that's what this is. absolutely smell terrible. But I mean, so far so good. We're gonna replace this bumper, and I also got to give this bumper some credit. I mean, the actual physical like structure is still there. I don't think anything, there might be a little dent like right there, but the actual physical structure is still there. And as you can tell, it took a huge hit up here. I mean, a huge impact up here, and I can't really complain. It's still together. There's no fluids or anything leaking. I think this thing is a win. I think at this point now, I know I was a little skeptical about lifting it and putting wheels on it, but I think we're gonna do it. This thing needs a clutch or something because it stinks horribly. Or maybe it's because I've just been hard on it for the last hour and a half, but I sort of love this thing, guys. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys want to see me do with this thing next. There you have it. We're gonna end the video there, so I hope you guys enjoy the content. If you do, please smash that like button, please subscribe, and I'll see you in another video, guys. Take care, have a great one. Whoopsie. I guess I went a little too far on that one. At least she got a bath.